the NIA, and also, in fact, give us more details of this FIR that we've accessed.
Yes, the FIR copy which Republic has access, the NIA FIR copy, this is where it has been stated that, the case has been registered under sections 120B, criminal conspiracy, section 307, attempt to murder, and also the Explosive Substances Act as well. And apart from that, the case has also been booked under the UAPA too. And now the seizures over here is drawing in a lot of curiosity, and the information has now been revealed finally by the NIA, stating that this was an IED pressure cooker bomb, in fact, and it is now being learned that, the person who was carrying the cooker bomb has been identified as Sharik. It is also now being learned that he was carrying a 5-liter pressure cooker, 3 9-volt batteries, and 1 damaged circuit and other materials which are usually used for the preparation of the IED. So some big disclosures, some big revelations coming here in respect to this particular case. And apart from that, we also get to understand, we are also getting to understand the complainant, Purushottam Pujari, who's gone on to speak to the cops and has gone on to state that, it is being learned that the passenger did not speak to him in any other language. And he just told that he wanted to go towards Pampal. That is all that he stated. And now in this particular copy, in page number 11, it is being learnt that Sharik had also come with the intention to murder others as well. So a key clue which is being given, because Republic in fact had quoted sources earlier and had stated that Sharik was targeting many important leaders here. So even that also finds a mention in the copy, in the NIA FIR copy, stating that Sharik also wanted to murder others as well. So these are some key revelations which are coming in regards to the Mangaluru bomb blast case here, Kamisha.
Also, Prajwal, this NIA FIR clearly mentions that Sharik wanted to murder many people. Also, take us through those details of under which sections has he been booked, which also includes the UAPA Act.
Absolutely, as I was pointing out earlier, section 120B, which is criminal conspiracy, trying to incite hatred between two communities and also disturb the peace of the nation. Section 307, which is attempt to murder, and under the Explosive Substances Act of sections 3, 4, and 5 as well. And the UAPA Act too, going on and committing terror activities as well. So these are the sections under which he is being booked under. There might be additional sections which will be slapped against him, because these are only the preliminary investigations, and this is the initial FIR copy, which was in fact filed by the NIA, and we also have this copy of Sharik being produced before the court, before the JMFC court, and the complainant's entire statement has been mentioned, where Purushottam Pujari stated that Sharik had boarded his auto at 4:30 on the outskirts of Mangaluru, somewhere near Padil, and while they were moving to Naguri, this particular IED cooker bomb went off right opposite to Rohan Square building, and therefore he had suffered severe injuries too. The destination of Sharik was Pampwell, according to the statement which has been mentioned by the victim, who is the driver over here, and it is being stated that the central agencies have been asked upon it, because this is a predated court order copy which has come in now, so which has also stated that the central agencies will be going over, and later there is also there is also a document which has been released by the Ministry of Home Affairs in this particular case, where the Karnataka government had approached them, stating that there was this suspicious blast in Mangaluru, and they had gone on to recover several explosives and chemical materials from the residence of Sharik in Mysuru as well, Samiksha.
Prajwal, stay with us. Also, if you could give us more details on what we know about Sharik's interrogation so far, because we understand that he's given statements on his financial funding to the cops.
This is mainly, in the course of investigation, the cops have gone on to learn the fact that Shariq's financial angle was being probed into, and it was being learnt that all the financial transactions were mainly being conducted through the dark web by using the Tor browser, and mainly Shariq dealt in bitcoins, and all these bitcoins were being sent from abroad. And according to sources, this is according to sources who are in the know, who have stated that he used to receive bitcoins from the Middle East, from his immediate handler Arafat Ali, who also belonged to the Al Hind module, and also Arafat, also one more handler of Shariq had trained him in going on and assembling pressure cooker bombs. We are speaking here about Abdul Mateen Taha, who has been wanted by the Q branch of the Tamil Nadu police, by the NIA as well as the Karnataka police in several cases, and they were wanted in the murder of the sub-inspector in Tamil Nadu, Wilson, where Abdul Mateen Taha and Arafat Ali, both the handlers of Shariq, who had gone on to provide weapons to a person by the name of Shubabuddin, who went on and carried out this assassination, and therefore many other details coming in. And mainly when it comes to the financing of this particular terror angle, even the Shimoga trial blast case also finds a mention over here, because it was Shariq who had gone on to fund the blast, and he had funded both Maz Munir Ahmad as well as Syed Yasin too over here for the blast as well, where Maz Munir Ahmad had gone on to procure the materials with the funding of Shariq, and all these materials were mainly procured online for the blast which was held in Mangaluru. And therefore, all said and done, the seizures are also now being looked into, is being investigated into as to how they could procure explosives on the dark web, and what was the source, and who has gone on to give these explosives in exchange for the bitcoins as well, Samiksha.
Yes, Prajwal, from what we know so far, there is obviously no denial that there was definitely a bigger plot at play. Anything you're learning from your NI sources as to what were the other targets of Shariq, which was clearly, of course, what we know so far in terms of the bigger plot of Shariq and his aides?
Mainly Shariq's target was mainly in regards to the Mangaluru bus stand, which was one of his targets. Secondly, the Pumpwell flyover. Thirdly, the Kadri Manjunatha temple, which we had spoken about, and also the trustee as well as the secretary of Kadri Manjunatha temple going on and registering a complaint as well. And apart from that, there was also another temple in Mangaluru, which is the Mangala Devi temple, which was also under his radar. And also the cops, mainly the cops in Beltangdi, had gone on to trace a satellite call in a forest region called as Bengale, in somewhere near Beltangli, which was quite near to Udupi. And this call had come on the 18th of November, just a day before the blast as well. And it was being suspected, sources in the know stated it was being suspected that the accused also wanted to go on and target the Laksha Deepotsava event, which is quite a famous event, a cultural event, a divine event, which will be held in the entire Dakshina Kannada. So religious places were definitely on the target as well, Samiksha.
All right, Prajwal, they're getting us more details. Prajwal, also if you can tell us something about, Shariq's accomplices. Has the police been able to trace something about his accomplices? We understand there was a Middle East funding also. Tell us something about his accomplices who are definitely on the run when we talk about this case.
Right. Mainly now, Samiksha, looking into Shariq's accomplices here, what we need to understand is the fact that he had gone on to use fake Aadhaar cards in two instances. One, when he had come in the identity of Premraj Hutgi while he was traveling in Mangaluru. And secondly, he had gone on to use the ID card of Arun Kumar Gauli in Coimbatore, where he had gone on and obtained a lodging as well. But when the cops went on to investigate both these people, they stated that they were not associated with the case, and they had lost their Aadhaar cards. And secondly, there was also a person who was nabbed from Ooty who had gone on to procure, who had gone on to procure cell phones as well as SIM cards in his name, and he was taken into custody and was grilled by the police in Coimbatore. And thirdly, now we are also speaking about Mohammad Ruhullah, who was mainly a messenger boy, who was also an accomplice for Shariq, who was mainly seen bringing in parcel packets to Shariq after collecting them at prime points in Mysuru, where Sharik had ordered them through online, and all these prime points in Mysuru were basically being used as drop-off points where Mohammad Ruhullah, who is also a resident of Mysuru, had gone on to deliver them as well, and therefore these were the detentions that were made, and the cops have gone on to establish that these are the accomplices of Sharik for now. There might be many more people who had gone on to, who had gone on to support Sharik in the form of providing financial support, or else even in the larger, even in the larger plot to go on and hatch a conspiracy to go on and target Hindu leaders in question over here, according to the sources which was mentioned earlier. So all in all, there have been 4 detentions which has been made, including Sharik as well, but many more out to come soon as well, because we are also establishing a link not only in Karnataka but also in the neighboring states of Tamil Nadu as well as Kerala, and also that one particular link to the Al-Hind module where both the handlers are still absconding, Arafat Ali and Abdul Mateen Taha. Over to you, Samiksha.
Yes, Prajwal, also lastly, a reaction came in early this morning from the Mangaluru Police Commissioner. If you could once again talk to us about the reactions coming in, especially from the police into the probe in the case. All right, before we go across to Prajwal, we have that soundbite of Shashi Kumar, the Mangaluru Police Commissioner. Let's listen.
On 19th of November, there was an explosion in an auto in the outskirts of Mangalore city. Sorry. On 19th of November, there was an explosion in the outskirts of Mangalore city in an auto. The injured persons were immediately shifted to the local hospital. Auto driver, who was a victim of this incident, is now recovering fast and he has been shifted to a separate ward. Till day before yesterday, he was in ICU. Now his condition has improved. Similarly, the other person found in the incident was later identified as Sharik, and he was the accused of the case. We had taken up a case under 307 IPC, Explosion Act, and also later upon the inputs available in the process of investigation, we have included UAPA Act also. So for last 10 days, the accused has been under treatment. Yesterday, doctors have certified him fit to be questioned. So our investigating officer and their team has questioned him on certain inputs which were to be taken in the investigation. And yesterday we got instruction from our chief office, that is through our DGP, that case be handed over to National Investigation Agency. Accordingly, yesterday we finished the formalities and today morning they are taking up the case for further investigation. So henceforth, that case of Kankanadi, which was previously with the Mangalore City Police, will be now investigated by National Investigation Agency team.
And we have Vikram Singh, former DGP of UP, joining us. Sir, if I can get your quick perspective, how the police and the officials should go about in getting to the bottom of the case, because clearly this NIFI that we've accessed mentions that Sharik wanted to murder multiple people. There was definitely a bigger plot at play. There's been funding from the Middle East as well. How do you think the officials can go about in cracking the case and getting to the bottom of it?
This case, make no mistake about it, is one that should have the topmost priority of the police, both local and the NIA. Sharik, the main accused, is a radicalized individual, and his background suggests that he was radicalized for quite some time and was planning and wanting to execute this bomb blast for mass murders for a very long time. The manner in which he has been arrested, again, is fortuitous, and I feel that his interrogation would yield very, very valuable information leading to further arrests, his planning, and the background under which and the circumstances in which he was radicalized. Till now, we only know the Dr. Zakir Naik's video recordings and lectures influenced him. But that he was 200% radicalized, there is no doubt about it. But where did he get the wherewithal to prepare that bomb? The recce and how he executed it are matters of investigation. And it is a matter of tremendous satisfaction that the NIA, in their wisdom, have taken up the investigation. Rest assured, it is in the best interest of the nation that such serious cases are investigated by a professional agency like the NIA. They are unsparing to the accused and their cohorts.
Well, absolutely, sir. Thank you for speaking to us. So, Vikram Singh, the former UP DGP, sharing his thoughts with us. Latest input, of course, coming in, the NIA FIR that we've accessed, which mentions that there was a bigger plot at play and that Sharik wanted to carry out multiple murders.
Poorly maintained lifts is jeopardizing the safety of residents living in building societies of Ghaziabad, Noida and even Gurugram. And this was reflected once again when a 10-year-old child got trapped in a lift in a society in Noida for more than 10 minutes. Now, fortunately, he was rescued. But are we jeopardizing the safety of children and residents because of the poorly maintained lifts? Now, this incident comes just days after 3 minor girls were trapped in a lift in Ghaziabad for more than 20 minutes. And this is not a new incident. This has been coming out quite often in societies of Noida, Ghaziabad and even Gurugram, where residents have got trapped in a lift and have become quite vulnerable to a major mishap or a major incident. It is now time for the builders to wake up, smell the coffee and maintain these poorly maintained lifts.
Slipping into a very short break, but lots coming up on the other side of this break. It's Congress versus Congress once again. Sandeep Dixit puts it out there, tweets against Devendra Yadav. Countdown to Gujarat polls, second phase, Smriti Irani, Yogi Adityanath campaign across Gujarat.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganeering have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
Noora, did you receive some gift from Noora, did you receive gift? Noora, did you receive gift? 1 minute. Noora, did you receive gift from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gift from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners? 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned.
And breaking update coming in from the national capital as the Congress versus Congress fight rages on. Sandeep Dixit, who was the son of Sheila Dixit, has now tweeted against Devendra Yadav. He tweeted, and I quote, "I find it utterly reprehensible that this fellow Devendra Yadav sits on stage and insults my mother." So an open rebellion there we are seeing within the Congress, a reaction coming in from the BJP questioning the Congress party as the internal tussle continues. And the paradox here being that on one hand Rahul Gandhi does the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and on the other hand it's Congress versus Congress in the national capital.
See, this is what the Congress party is. While at one end we have a fake Bharat Jodo Yatra, which Mr. Rahul Gandhi is undertaking, but on the other hand, we have a Congress Todo going on. Bharat Todo to wo pehle se hi kar rahe the, but now they have ultimately reached a Congress Todo program within the Congress itself. हमने अभी देखा जो आपने कहा दीपेंद्र जी और संदीप दीक्षित जी के बीच में जिस प्रकार की लड़ाई हो रही है शीला दीक्षित जी को लेकर, और दूसरा सबसे बड़ी बात है आपने निकम्मा, नकारा, गद्दार ये शब्द भी सुने हैं राजस्थान में एक दूसरे के लिए, द बाब्स दैट वर बीइंग हर्ल्ड बाय द चीफ मिनिस्टर फॉर सचिन पायलट. तो मुझे लगता है कांग्रेस पार्टी को चिंता करना चाहिए, ये निकम्मा नकारा से उनको सकारा होना चाहिए, कुछ सकारात्मक काम करे. केवल एक दूसरे को निकम्मा नकारा कह करके ये कहीं ना कहीं अपने असलियत को उजागर कर रहे हैं.
Campaigning for the Municipal Corporation of Delhi polls may be over, but it has not stopped BJP and Aam Aadmi Party, the two major stakeholders in these elections, to lash out at each other. And the major point for which these two parties are hitting out at each other is the cleanliness and the pollution levels in Delhi, which both continue, according to the parties, continue to deteriorate and continues to worsen. The Aam Aadmi Party has alleged that it is only because of the ineffectiveness of BJP that the 3 landfill sites in Delhi continues to see piles of garbage continuing to increase, and there is no solution to this problem. Whereas the BJP on its side is saying that it is because of the ineffectiveness of Aam Aadmi Party that the pollution levels in Delhi continues to worsen every day. Earlier, it used to be the stubble burning, but now it is the internal factors like vehicular pollution, dust pollution, which is increasing the air pollution of Delhi.
A very short break coming up. On the other side, we'll get you reactions as Congress JNK chief runs down the Padma Award, calls it a Chota Award. And Satra land encroachment report lays bare the encroachment threat. The time to act is now.
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना,
वो सपना जो बुना तुझे लगा गुनगुना.
कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है खुला
कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा.
इसलिए ग्रीन लैम लैमिनेट्स, सपने आपके, लैमिनेट्स हमारा. अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा.
Nora, did you receive some gifts from Nora, did you receive gifts? Nora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. Nora, did you receive gifts from Sukesh? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners? 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured in
Why
the
should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured
Why
in the
should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
And round up from across the globe, America's newest nuclear stealth bomb made its debut Friday after years of secret development and as part of Pentagon's answer to rising concerns over a future conflict with China. The B-21 Raider is the first new American bomber aircraft in more than 30 years. French President Emmanuel Macron visited to celebrate their long-standing cultural ties and discuss energy policy and climate change with the President Biden. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Sri Lankan counterpart at the State Department. Blinken and Foreign Minister's bilateral meet focused on a variety of issues, including political stability and economic challenges in Sri Lanka as well as climate crisis. Satellite images released by Maxar Technologies show the difference at sites in Mariupol in March and November of this year. One image shows the construction of a Russian military facility between that time frame, while another shows the construction and later complete demolition of a residential apartment building in the district. Ukrainian President Zelensky met and awarded some of the swabbed Ukrainian prisoners of the war who had returned from Russian captivity. Now, as a Padma Award insult gets bigger, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party writes to President Murmu. And blast reported at TMC leader's house in East Midnapur district of West Bengal. BJP alleges TMC leader was making bombs at his residence.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured in
Why
the
should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment. We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunyas slogans have been put up inside the JNU campus.
स्मृति ईरानी आई है, महिला शक्ति की बार बार बात होती है, कैसा माहौल यहाँ नजर आ रहा है?
जी 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 बिल्कुल अच्छा माहौल है यहाँ पर। महिलाओं के लिए खूब अच्छा काम किया है मोदी साहब ने, इसलिए महिला खूब ही उत्साहित है यहाँ की।
कोई कह रहे हैं कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी का भी कुछ असर रहेगा।
कौन आम आदमी पार्टी, कौन कांग्रेस? मात्र सिर्फ निकाल ही देंगे। भूल नहीं चिंगारी है, हम भारत की नारी है।
देखिए कैसे इस वक्त समर्थन में नारे भी लग रहे हैं और आगे तक पूरी तरीके से जो रोड शो है वो धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ रहा है। और केंद्रीय मंत्री स्मृति ईरानी की तस्वीरें भी आप यहाँ पर देखिए, कैसे वो इस वक्त ट्रैक्टर पर सवार हैं। और एक बात जो हम लगातार यहाँ पर देख रहे हैं, भले ही 8 साल का वक्त बीत चुका हो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का यहाँ से केंद्र में गए हुए, उसके बावजूद भी और सेल्फी लेने की भी होड़ है लोगों में। जो लगातार स्मृति ईरानी यहाँ पर हैं और जाहिर है उनके प्रति लोगों का खासा जो लगाव है वो भी यहाँ पर हमें दिख रहा है।
Slipping into a very short break, but lots coming up on the other side. We'll get you exclusive reactions from Congress leaders as well as Ghulam Nabi Azad after Congress J&K chief runs down the Padma Bhushan award. And state land encroachment report lays bare the encroachment threat. The time to act is now.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment. We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
A very good afternoon, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. I am Shivangi Shukla. Let's see what's making the news this Saturday afternoon. Congress Jammu and Kashmir chief runs down third highest civilian award, calls it a Chota award. Now as the Padma Award insult gets bigger, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party writes to President Murmu. Satra land encroachment report lays bare the encroachment threat. The time to act is now. It's Congress versus Congress once again. Sandeep Dixit puts it out there. Tweets against Devendra Yadav. Countdown to the Gujarat poll, second phase. Smriti Irani, Yogi Adityanath, the campaigns across Gujarat. Blast reported at TMC leader's house in East Midnapur district of West Bengal. BJP alleges TMC leader was making bombs. Viewers, we're live and breaking this Saturday, and let's start with the top story right now. Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma has received an interim report of the Commission for Review and Assessment of Problems of Satra land encroachment 3 years after the committee was formed. Here's a detailed report on the encroachment truth.
The problem of illegal land encroachment is not new for Assam. And an interim report by a 3-member government-appointed commission has laid bare the true extent of it. Nearly 365 days after the Assam cabinet formed the commission, the encroachment truth is out. From Lakhimpur to Dhubri, encroachment runs deep. Approximately 22.5% of 303 satras are now encroached by illegal migrants in Assam.
It's a fact in Assam that whether it is a Satra land, whether it is any vacant government land, it is always encroached by this immigrant Muslims. They originated from East Bengal, East Bangladesh, and that is a major problem not only in the Satras, in every vacant government land.
The scathing interim report has left the country startled. Barpeta has been completely encroached. 5,545 bighas now lie under the grab of illegal migrants.
All people are 99.9% encroachers are from the Muslim community, and they are immigrants.
But the question remains, how is it that more than 7,000 bighas have been encroached right under the government's nose? How is it that over the years no action was initiated whatsoever?
See, I am telling you, until and unless you have a political back, government, if the government owns support, can you take a inch land here in Guwahati? You cannot take, isn't it?
However, the Himanta government is leaving no stone unturned to resolve the land encroachment problem. 3 years after, the Brahma Committee report need to address the problem of illegal encroachment cannot be ignored. The time to act against the threat is now. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So viewers, it's the encroachment reality which is quite shocking. In fact, Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma has received an interim report from the Commission of Review and Assessment of the problems of Satra land encroachment in the state. Now, the 3-member commission in the interim report has revealed shocking details about Satra land encroachment reality. Now, in that report, viewers, the commission has stated that they have visited 303 Satra in 11 districts in Assam and handed over the compiled data in the interim report to the Assam CM. The commission has stated in its report that around 33,000 bighas of land is under possession of the Satras, and out of that 7,000 bighas has been encroached upon. Anirudh is joining us live. Anirudh, take us to the details about the Satra land encroachment truth. And this is also a big question being raised as well, that what is the encroachment reality?
Yes, in fact, the encroachment reality is something that needs to be worried because of around 35,000 bighas of land that belongs to the Hotros. More than 8,000 bighas of land have been encroached, and in those 8,500 bighas of land which has been encroached, around 5,500 bighas of land are in Barpeta district alone. Right now, I am at the Polla Hotro in Hortevari area of Barpeta district. This particular Hotro doesn't have not been encroached so far, but the threat looms large at Polla Hotro also, as people living nearby have been telling us that they live with a fear psychosis that at any point in time, land belonging to Polla Hotro might get encroached as well, because in around 7 kilometers area is the Biakusi Hotro, where the only some remains of the Hotro exist now, as most of the land have been already encroached. We have Mohez Deka, one of the resident, Manas Deka, or one of the resident of this area with us. Kya kahenge? Many land belonging to the Hotros, particularly in Barpeta district, have been encroached. There is no threat here in Polla Hotro as of now, but fear psychosis exists, as Biakusi Hotro have been completely encroached.
No, that Palla Satra is also already touched. Actually, one plot has already been purchased by one illegal immigrants only. And the Byakusi Satra, which you have already mentioned, that is only 5 kilometers from here, 5 to 7 kilometers. And half of the Satra's land has gone to them actually, occupied by the illegal immigrants. So after 4 to 5 years, definitely the same thing will happen here also. That's why we need to be very careful, and we are very worried actually. But we see some good initiative by the current government actually under Himanta Biswa Sarma sir, and hope it will give us some fruitful result.
People are hopeful that with the submission of the interim report, which was placed before the Chief Minister yesterday, there is a ray of hope that action will be taken and that the land which has been encroached will be freed. But as we have been showing you on the graphics also on the television screen, 7,504.2 bighas of land have been encroached across Assam, and more than 5,000 bighas of this 7,500 bighas of land belong to Barpeta district alone. And Barpeta district, where now the Hindu population is at a minority status here particularly, and the threat perception of lands, outdoor lands being encroached more and more is larger than any other part of the state. not only Barpeta district, in fact, in Nagaon district also, huge number of land belonging to the hot cross have been encroached. In fact, the very birthplace, the very place where Srimanta Sankardev, the founder of the Vaishnavite sect of the Neo-Vaishnavism, Neo-Vaishnavism is concerned, the birthplace of Srimanta.
Just hold on for a second. I'll come back to you. You are getting us exclusive details. You're getting us exclusive details. But I just want to go across to Diganta Kalita, BJP MLA, for joining us. Thank you for joining us. This is very, very concerning. And the big question is as well, जो बड़ा question अभी आया है कि next क्या होगा? Because जो CM है हिमांशु बिस्वा शर्मा, उन्होंने बोला है कि action लेंगे वो जब report का final report submission आ जाएगा.
हाँ, देखिए, कल चीफ मिनिस्टर सर को 3 एमएलए ने रिपोर्ट दाखिल किया है और वो 3 एमएलए एक कमेटी बना के सीएम ने कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करके एक कमेटी बना के दिया था. कल मॉर्निंग में ये दाखिल हुआ है और चीफ मिनिस्टर का एकदम मन में उनका माइंडसेट ये है जे रिपोर्ट आने का बाद वो थोड़ा उसको डिटेल में लेगा और जैसे वो जितना जल्दी हो सके इसका ऊपर क्विकली एक्शन लेना है. और हम लोग का भी ये विचार है और चीफ मिनिस्टर का भी ये विचार है, हमारा जो जमीन, हमारा अपना जमीन अपना को आपस मिलना है. कोई बांग्लादेशी को हाथ में ये जमीन हम लोग इसको हैंडओवर नहीं करूंगा. और इसके लिए चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब ने फास्ट ट्रैक में उसको अभी प्रोसेस कर रहा है. अब रिपोर्ट अभी सबमिट हुआ है, कुछ दिन रुकिए, डेफिनेटली आवर चीफ मिनिस्टर इसका ऊपर स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन लेगा.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, Diganta Kalita, BJP MLA, for joining us on the story we're tracking right now. Assam CM has received an interim report on Satra land issue. On that note, let's go across to what's happening in Gujarat, because the campaigning is on. The phase 2 of elections are not too far away in Gujarat, and let's go across to what's happening there. Yogi Adityanath is in Gujarat and he's speaking.
आज मोदी जी के कारण भारत की प्रतिष्ठा वैश्विक मंच पर बढ़ रही है. दुनिया के अंदर आप देख सकते हैं वैश्विक मंच पर भारत आज दुनिया की 5वीं बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बना है. जिस ब्रिटेन ने लगभग 200 वर्षों तक भारत पे शासन किया था, उस ब्रिटेन को पछाड़ करके भारत दुनिया की 5वीं बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बना है. आपने 1 दिसंबर को देखा होगा, प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का नेतृत्व दुनिया के 29 देशों को G20 के देशों की अध्यक्षता मोदी जी को सौंपी गई है, जिनका दुनिया के सीमित संसाधनों पर अधिकार है. आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव वर्ष में इससे बड़े गौरव की बात भारतवासी के लिए क्या हो सकती है. और इसीलिए आज मैं आपके बीच आपसे कहने के लिए आया हूं, एक तरफ वैश्विक मंच पर प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में बढ़ती हुई भारत की प्रतिष्ठा, और दूसरी तरफ भाइयों बहनों दूसरी ओर सुरक्षित होती हुई सीमाएं. भारत के अंदर गरीब के साथ और समाज के प्रत्येक तबके के हितों के लिए किस प्रकार का कार्य होना है. हर गरीब को प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना का लाभ दिया जाना, हर गरीब के पास उसके घर में जिसके शौचालय नहीं उसको शौचालय की सुविधा का लाभ देना, हर गरीब के घर में बिजली का लड्डू जलवा देना, हर गरीब को विद्युत के कनेक्शन फ्री में देने के साथ ही रसोई गैस का फ्री में कनेक्शन देना, प्रधानमंत्री आयुष्मान भारत के अंतर्गत हर गरीब को 5 लाख रुपए की स्वास्थ्य बीमा का कवर प्रदान करना, ये सभी कल्याणकारी योजनाएं जहां बिना भेदभाव के मिल रही हैं. कोरोना कालखंड में भी आपने देखा होगा, फ्री में टेस्ट, फ्री में उपचार, फ्री में वैक्सीन, और भाइयों बहनों हर गरीब को पूरे कोरोना कालखंड में फ्री में राशन की सुविधा उपलब्ध करवाने का कार्य डबल इंजन की भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने किया. भाइयों बहनों, लोक कल्याण का हो, सुरक्षा का हो, देश की समृद्धि का हो या वैश्विक मंच पर भारत की प्रतिष्ठा को बढ़ाने का हो, जहां इन सभी पे कार्य किया गया वहीं भारत की आस्था का भी सम्मान हुआ। आज आप सब जानते हैं गुजरात की भी बड़ी संख्या में कार सेवक आए थे अयोध्या में। आज अयोध्या में भगवान राम के भव्य मंदिर के निर्माण का कार्य प्रारंभ हो गया है। याद करिए, कांग्रेस ने सोमनाथ मंदिर का पुनरुद्धार का कार्य सरदार साहब कर रहे थे, तब कांग्रेस ने बाधा पैदा की, तब कांग्रेस बैरियर बनकर के सामने आई थी। सरदार साहब की दृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति थी कि सोमनाथ के मंदिर का पुनरुद्धार का कार्य हुआ। जब डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद जी प्रथम राष्ट्रपति के रूप में इस कार्यक्रम में आना चाहते थे, कांग्रेस ने तब भी विरोध किया था। अयोध्या में राम मंदिर की इमारत की सबसे बड़ी बाधा कांग्रेस थी, लेकिन भाइयों बहनों, आज मैं कह सकता हूं, अयोध्या में भगवान राम के मंदिर के जैसे ही प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में मोदी जी ने शपथ लिया, अपनी कार्रवाई को आगे बढ़ा दिया और उत्तर प्रदेश में भाजपा की सरकार बनते ही भगवान राम के भव्य मंदिर के निर्माण का कार्य मोदी जी ने प्रारंभ करवा दिया। काशी में काशी विश्वनाथ धाम का निर्माण हो गया। उज्जैन में महाकाल के महालोक का निर्माण हो गया है। उत्तराखंड के केदारपुरी में केदारनाथ धाम का पुनरुद्धार हो गया है। तो बद्रीनाथ धाम में बद्रीनाथ धाम का सुंदरीकरण का भव्य कार्यक्रम चल रहा है। भाइयों बहनों, ये भारत की आस्था का सम्मान। गुजरात में एक और सोमनाथ मंदिर के सुंदरीकरण का कार्य चल रहा है। द्वारिका धाम को भव्य स्वरूप प्रदान किया जा रहा है। अंबाजी के धाम का पूरा भव्य स्वरूप प्रदान करने की कार्रवाई युद्ध स्तर पर है। भाइयों बहनों, आस्था का ये सम्मान क्या कांग्रेस कर पाएगी? मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, क्या कांग्रेस अयोध्या में राम मंदिर का निर्माण कर पाती? क्या कांग्रेस काशी में काशी विश्वनाथ धाम का निर्माण करा पाती? क्या कांग्रेस कश्मीर से धारा 370 को हटा पाती? और क्या कांग्रेस के रहते हुए कोरोना जैसी महामारी को नियंत्रित किया जा सकता था क्या? भाइयों बहनों, कांग्रेस हो या आम आदमी पार्टी, ये दोनों सुरक्षा के लिए भी और समृद्धि के लिए भी बैरियर है, बैरियर। इनको इससे उम्मीद मत करिए। और देखो, उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता तो कितनी सूझबूझ से काम ली। अभी उत्तर प्रदेश विधानसभा के चुनाव संपन्न हुए। उत्तर प्रदेश विधानसभा के चुनाव में आप देखेंगे कि कांग्रेस को 25 करोड़ की आबादी है यूपी की, 403 विधानसभा है, और कांग्रेस को मात्र मिले हैं 2 सीट। राम नाम सत्य है के लिए भी 4 लोग चाहिए होते हैं, कांग्रेस को 4 ही नहीं। आम आदमी पार्टी 0, एक भी सीट नहीं ली है। उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता ने पहले ही समझ लिया था कि जो सुरक्षा के साथ खिलवाड़ करे, विकास में बाधक हो, नौजवानों के रोजगार में डकैती डालते हो, अन्नदाता किसानों के जीवन के साथ खिलवाड़ करते हो, आखिर कांग्रेस ने इस प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि क्यों नहीं दिया? गरीबों को मकान क्यों नहीं दिए? गरीबों के घर में शौचालय क्यों नहीं बना दिए? गरीबों को आयुष्मान भारत जैसी स्वास्थ्य बीमा का कवर क्यों नहीं दिया? और अब तो डबल इंजन की सरकार ने घोषणा कर दी है कि जैसे ही डबल इंजन की सरकार फिर से गुजरात में बनेगी, आयुष्मान भारत की 5 लाख रुपए की बीमा कवर को 10 लाख रुपए कर दिया जाएगा। भाइयों बहनों, ये काम मोदी जी और भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल के नेतृत्व की डबल इंजन सरकार ही कर पाएगी। और इसीलिए आप सबसे अपील करने के लिए मैं आया हूं आज कि एक और आस्था का सम्मान और सुरक्षा की गारंटी भाजपा है, दूसरी तरफ आस्था का अपमान और सुरक्षा में सेंध लगाने की गारंटी है कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी। और इसीलिए मैं आप सबसे अपील करने के लिए आया हूं। आज तो उत्तर प्रदेश में भी दंगे नहीं होते, शांत हो गया उत्तर प्रदेश, नहीं तो हर दूसरे दिन बड़े दंगे होते थे, हर दूसरे दिन बड़े दंगे होते थे। हम लोगों ने दंगाइयों की फोटो भी चस्पा कर दी, उनकी संपत्ति भी अपने कब्जे में ले ली, और जहां आवश्यकता पड़ी तो पेशेवर दंगाइयों ने, जिन्होंने पिछले विपक्ष के शासनकाल में अपूर्व संपत्ति अर्जित की थी, सरकारी भूमिगत कर्मण किया था, वहां पर हमने बुलडोजर चलाने में भी कोई विरोध नहीं किया। और इसके भाइयों बहनों में आपसे अपील करने के लिए आया हूं, इस सुरक्षा की गारंटी केवल भाजपा हो सकती है। आप सभी भाजपा को समर्थन देंगे, संजय सिंह महिंद्रा को समर्थन करेंगे, सभी लोग सहमत हैं? आप सभी लोग इस बात से सहमत हैं कि भाजपा की सरकार फिर से आनी चाहिए? स्वाद बोला भाजपा ने भक्त जीत आपसो, हाथ ऊंचा करीने समर्थन आपको, ऐसा बोलेंगे कमल चुनाव चिन्ह पर 5 दिसंबर को संजय सिंह को भारी बहुमत से विजयी बनाएंगे ना? ऐसा बोलेंगे भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की जय श्री राम, जय जय श्री राम।
All right, UP CM Yogi Adityanath campaigning in Gujarat. Remember that the phase 2 of polling will happen on December 5th, and after phase 1, many other important constituencies will be voting on December 5th. In fact, right now, like Yogi and many other leaders are campaigning as Yogi Adityanath also attacking the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, saying that both of them do not have a chance in Gujarat, and also BJP will come back to power. The BJP very confident of coming back to power for the 7th consecutive time. It's time for top national updates. After Jammu and Kashmir, Chief Rasool Wani has run down the third highest civilian award, Padma Bhushan. Ghulam Nabi Azad's party wrote to President demanding apology. Azad's party stated that Jammu and Kashmir Congress chief insulted the awardees. After Congress, NC also raised doubts on Padma Bhushan award, taking a dig at Centre. Sheikh Bashir, National Conference Provincial Secretary, said that the government has belittled the importance of awards.
मेरा ख्याल है कि अवार्ड को डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहिए, लेकिन हुकूमतों ने ऐसा सिचुएशन किया कि इन अवार्ड्स की अहमियत ही कम कर दी है। ये मैं कहता हूँ, अवार्ड्स जो हैं वो प्रोमिनेंट पर्सनैलिटीज़, राधा कृष्णन साहब थे या बहुत से लोग थे, मौलाना अबुल कलाम आज़ाद साहब थे या APJ कलाम साहब हैं, तो अब इसमें पॉलिटिक्स आ गया है, तो इस अवार्ड की अहमियत को ख़त्म कर रहे हैं ये लोग। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि इस अवार्ड की अहमियत को रहने देना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये कुछ खास लोग ही होते हैं जिनको ये दिया जाता है। इसको ना डिस्कस करें तो अच्छी बात है।
Hindu seer Jitendra Anand Saraswati filed an application in Supreme Court seeking intervention in the matter related to forced religious conversion. He contended that forced conversion would destroy Hindu civilization and directed the centre to take stringent steps to control forced conversions. The big development on the Mangaluru blast probe, the Karnataka police have formally handed the case to the NIA. Meanwhile, bomber Sharik gave statements to the cops on his financial funding and was quizzed by NIA on the same. As a countdown to second phase of Gujarat polls has begun, Union Minister Smriti Irani held a massive roadshow in Gujarat. Hundreds of supporters were seen participating in Smriti's mega campaign trail. Also, UP CM Yogi Adityanath is holding 3 mega rallies in Gujarat. BJP mega rallies comes ahead of the second and the last phase of crucial Gujarat polls. Mega SIA raids are underway across 12 locations in Kashmir. The raids are being carried out in Srinagar, Bandipora, Bargaon, Kupwara and other districts. A chief of naval staff flagged off mega bike rally in the national capital. This comes after Indian Navy bikers team embarked on a 1,500-kilometer running expedition through 7 northeastern states. In a shocking murder case from UP's Noida, a 22-year-old woman killed another woman to fake her own death. The police has now arrested the woman and her alleged partner in the matter. Massive fire broke out at Marina Enclave building in Mumbai. 4 fire engines have been rushed to the incident site to douse the rising flames. Viewers, much more coming up on the other side. Now, as the Padma Award insult gets bigger, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party writes to President Murmu. A blast reported at TMC leader's house in East Midnapur district of West Bengal. BJP alleges TMC leader was making bombs. Stay tuned.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
Noora, did you receive some gifts from Noora, did you receive gifts? Noora, did you receive gifts? 1 minute. Noora, did you receive gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? No. Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high-voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners?
89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters
as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage, minute by minute, all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistanis.
In the second phase of the elections, we're in Dhatlodia. We are standing and this is a massive roadshow that is being undertaken by the Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel, and we see how he is not just a candidate from Dhatlodia. This is also about him being the Chief Minister of the state, and that is how the kind of intensity of the roadshow, in fact, that has also been organized where hundreds of workers, hundreds of the ground level cadre, in fact, are also present here, and he is somebody who's been here in Ghatlodiya working very closely with the people and understanding what do they need as far as these elections are concerned, and that's exactly what we see happening here in Ghatlodiya, where the contestants in fact are Bhupendra Patel and Ami Yagnik as well. As of now, the last few hours of campaigning and the kind of roadshow that is being organized tells us the kind of crescendo that BJP's campaign is also hitting just hours before the second phase of assembly elections. With video journalist Vipin Moria, I'm Priyanka Sharma for Republic.
Viewers, much more coming up on the other side. Shatra land encroachment report lays bare the encroachment threat. The time to act is now.
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना,
वो सपना जो बुना तुझे लगा गुनगुना।
कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है खुला
कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा।
इसलिए ग्रीन लैम लैमिनेट्स, सपने आपके, लैमिनेट्स हमारा। अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा।
Nora, did you receive some gift from Nora, did you receive gift? Nora, did you receive gift? 1 minute. Nora, did you receive gift from Sheikh? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gift from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners? 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Viewers, a very good afternoon. You're watching Republic TV, India's #1 news channel. I am Shivangi Shukla. Let's see what's making headlines this Saturday. Congress Jammu and Kashmir chief runs down third highest civilian award, calls it Chota Award. Now as the Padma Award insult gets bigger, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party writes to President Murmu. Chhatra land encroachment report lays bare the encroachment thread. The time to act is now. As Congress versus Congress once again, Sandeep Dixit puts it out there, tweets against Devendra Yadav. Countdown to Gujarat poll, second phase, Smriti Irani, Yogi Adityanath campaigns across Gujarat. Blast reported at TMC leader's house in East Midnapur district of West Bengal. BJP alleges TMC leader was making bombs. Viewers, Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar has caught in a controversy after videos have gone viral of women dancers being hired in rallies. In these videos, it can be seen clearly how rally venue and stage and flags of Congress have been put where dancers are hired to entertain the public. Some can also be seen showering cash on the dancers too. So this is the big breaking we're getting for you right now, viewers. A big controversy has erupted after dancers were hired for a poll campaign. The Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar was caught in a controversy after videos have gone viral of women dancers being hired, viewers, in rallies. And in these rallies, in the videos that you can see on your screen, very, very clearly, you can see a woman dancer, a dancer is dancing, how a rally venue really, and the stage and the flags of Congress have been put where dancers are hired to entertain the public, and some can be also seen showering cash on the dancers too. So we can see that this is the big controversy which has come out just before the phase 2 of elections in Gujarat, and Priyanka is joining us. Priyanka, you know, this is a very, very shocking video where just before the campaigning, while the campaigning is happening, while, you know, the phase 2 of elections are just a day or two away, we are seeing this kind of incident come in from Gujarat.
That has erupted over the Congress candidate, as we are seeing, as you Rajendra Parmar is the candidate for the Congress party there in Borsad, that's in central Gujarat. And these are videos, in fact, that have gone viral of a public rally that had been organized late last night. And in this rally, we are being told that dancers had been hired, and they were, in fact, hired to entertain the public before the candidate had to address the rally as well. In fact, these are quite shocking visuals also that are coming to light, where the Congress party members, in fact, have also been seen showering cash over the dancers that had been hired specifically for entertaining the public right before the candidate also gave his electoral speech. And of course, we are waiting to see if whether or not the opposition will also be taking cognizance of this, or whether or not the BJP will also be taking cognizance of this and writing to the Election Commission. But as of now, no formal action that has also been taken as far as this particular video is concerned of the Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar, who has in fact been caught in a controversy yet again, where videos that have gone viral of this public rally that had been organized late in the night yesterday in Borsad, the constituency in Anand. And these are in fact the videos of these particular dancers that can be seen on the stage. You can see hundreds of people, in fact, who are standing there in the rally, and on the stage these dancers have been hired, and they are in fact carrying out their performances. And in the middle of that, we also see that the Congress workers themselves are also showering cash on the dancers as well. So a very embarrassing, in fact, video, a shocking really video that has come to light, which paints really the party in a really bad picture, and also the candidate as far as how their entire campaigning is also going there on the ground in Borsad, Shivangi.
Right. So, women dancers hired there in a political rally. The video allegedly of a public rally there is going viral. And Priyanka, if you could also take our viewers through why this is not really allowed. You know, these kind of acts just before elections, this is going beyond the line, going beyond, you know, what is expected of someone who's going to represent the public in an assembly election.
Well, of course, this firstly paints the candidate in a very bad light, as we can see the kind of dances that have. been hired for carrying out the performances on the stage of a rally that is organized for an election campaign, that is organized for an election campaign of a member of the Legislative Assembly. A very unbecoming kind of a video that has also come to light of these dancers that are performing for the entire rally as well, for hundreds of people that have gathered there to listen in to the candidate as far as the electoral also concerned. And this has of course got nothing to do with the kind of election campaign that is also being carried out. And of course we also see that the Congress members themselves also showering cash on these dancers, and that of course we will have to see if the EC will be taking cognizance as a violation of the Model Code of Conduct as well. So we will have to see as far as the authorities are and whether or not they will be taking any kind of action against the candidate or against the party as well, or any kind of show cause notice that will also be given to the candidate. But as of now, no action has been taken. It is just this video that has been accessed by us where we see that the dancers are in fact carrying out their performances in front of hundreds of people that have gathered there in fact expectation of the candidate to address some of the issues that they might be facing in the constituencies. But they were met with the dancers, in fact, that had been hired to entertain the public rally as well. So, of course, this is the primary information that we have gotten as far as these videos are concerned. We are waiting to get in the words from the Election Commission as well, from the observers as well, to understand how they will be taking this entire incident and taking this forward.
Well, Priyanka is getting us all the details right now. Dancers are hired for campaign by Congress, and you can see the visuals as well, where there is a dancer hired for a political rally. That's a big allegation coming in. Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar caught in a controversy after videos have gone viral of women dancers being hired in rallies. In these videos, it can be clearly seen how rally venues are being used. Dancers are hired to entertain the public, and some can also be seen showering cash on the dancers too. And Priyanka, just one last question while our viewers are also watching these videos on their screen right now. Priyanka, take us through exactly how the campaigning is happening, not just by Congress. Congress is, of course, campaigning. So is the Aam Aadmi Party. So is BJP right now. As, of course, the big ministers of the BJP, Yogi Adityanath, speaking there in Gujarat and campaigning. On the other hand, we are seeing that the Congress candidate is taking these kind of steps, these kind of campaigning which is happening there. Just take us a little bit through about Rajendra Parmar, who he is, and any other controversy that has been associated with him in the past.
Well, that's right, Shivangi. Important that you asked as far as this entire campaign is also concerned. And we have been seeing that this, of course, is another controversy that is erupting out of Borsad. And Borsad also is a very key constituency to watch out for. This used to be the bastion for Bharat Singh Solanki, the former president of the Congress here in the state of Gujarat. And his counterpart, in fact, he is somebody who has given his support to the candidate there as well. And that, of course, is something that we will have to take it up with Bharat Singh Solanki as well as Rajendra Parmar as well. But we do see a lot of these explicit videos as well, where we see these dancers, in fact, performing for the public rally, and we have seen that these kind of wads of cash as well that are being showered on the dancers as well. And that, of course, is a very embarrassing situation for the Congress party, because when you see these visuals, you see the entire visuals of the stage as well, where you can see the Congress flags that have been put up, the symbols of the Congress party that have been put up, and you can see how this can also be a little unbecoming for the Congress party and embarrassing for the party as well as the candidate, as we are seeing that not poll promises, not just talking about some of the issues that are concerning the people of that particular constituencies, but this is, of course, the dancers that are being hired to entertain the public, to also entertain the public that had gathered there in late last night. This is the video from last night itself in Borsad, where we are seeing continuously the kind of issues that are being raised are not being talked about in the rallies, but these are dancers that are being hired in these public rallies to entertain the people that get there, that in fact come there to hear the candidate talk about some of the basic necessities and the basic issues that people might be facing in their own particular constituencies, that is of Borsad. but none of the issues were addressed, none of the issues were even talked about, but these were just dancers that had been brought out to in fact entertain the public at large. And we are waiting to get in an official word from any of the Congress leaders as of now, but they are not really willing to comment on this. They have they're not really willing to talk about Rajendra Parmar as well, as to also understand and pinpoint who really had hired these dancers, what really was the idea behind this, and whether this was a publicity gimmick that has also gone wrong and has also backfired for the Congress party. None of these issues are also being addressed by the Congress leaders as of now.
Right. Well, thank you, Priyanka, for joining us and getting us all the details. So, like Priyanka was telling us, very unbecoming of a candidate who's standing for elections. Very unbecoming of him. And in this case, is Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar. Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar, who's caught in a controversy after videos have gone viral of women dancing at a rally. All right. I think we are being joined by कांग्रेस कैंडिडेट राजेंद्र परमार. थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस. बहुत धन्यवाद. हम आपका एक वीडियो है जो वायरल है. अपेरेंटली ये आपके रैली में ये डांसर जो है वो डांस कर रही है. इज दैट ट्रू? Okay, we will try to get back to Rajendra Parmar, the Congress candidate in whose rally we saw the dancers being hired for campaign by Congress. We're trying to get to him. We'll try again to get to him. But this is a big story you're tracking right now where dancers can be seen at a rally, Congress rally. It can be seen how a rally venue is being used as a stage for dancers. All right, I'm being again joined by Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar. बहुत धन्यवाद. यहाँ पे आप जुड़े हैं. एक वीडियो चल रहा है हमारे चैनल में. वहां पे इट इज एलिगेशन है कि आपकी रैली में डांसर्स डांस कर रहे हैं. क्या ये सच है?
नहीं, मैं तो वही था ही नहीं. और वो लोकल गांव वालों ने कहीं म्यूजिकल पार्टी रखी थी, इसमें था. मैं तो कहीं गया ही नहीं. मैं तो लेट गया था लगभग आई थिंक 9:30 पौने 10 बजे. तब तो कुछ था ही नहीं.
तो ये जो अभी हो रहा है, ये जो अभी डांस हो रहा है, ये कहाँ पे हो रहा है? ये
नहीं, वो हमारा मत क्षेत्र में नावल गांव करके है. वहीं सब लोगों ने म्यूजिकल पार्टी बुलाई थी. हेलो. और मैं तो गया ही नहीं. मैं वही हूँ पर नहीं. मैं लास्ट मोमेंट में गया था. मैं तो वही हूँ, है ही नहीं मैं.
लेकिन ये जो पीछे लगे हुए हैं, जो पोस्टर्स लगे हुए हैं, कांग्रेस के पोस्टर्स लगे हुए हैं वहां पे, कांग्रेस के पोस्टर्स क्यों लगे हुए हैं वहां पे? अगर ये रैली नहीं थी कांग्रेस की तो कांग्रेस के पोस्टर्स क्यों लगे हुए हैं? परमार जी. All right, so we were asking some direct questions to Rajendra Parmar of the Congress candidate. We're asking him direct questions. He's saying that he came late to the venue, but we can see Congress posters very, very clearly there in the background as dancers are dancing there at a rally venue just before the second phase of elections in Gujarat. It's time for a very short break, viewers. We continue to be live and breaking this Saturday. Now, as the Padma Award insult gets bigger, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party rise to President Murmu. A blast reported at TMC leader's house in the East Midnapur district of West Bengal. BJP alleges TMC leader was making bombs. Stay tuned.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
court exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings, those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Viewers, the Delhi court extends by 4 days the NIA remand of gangster Lawrence Bishnoi in connection with the Sidhu Moosewala murder case. Bishnoi was produced before the court through video conference today at the end of his 10-day remand. So right now, viewers, at the big breaking, Lawrence Bishnoi's custody has now been extended, viewers. And this is in connection with the Sidhu Moosewala murder case. Sidhu Moosewala, he was an artist and he was murdered in broad daylight. Right now, viewers, we're getting top updates about Lawrence Bishnoi's remand. And let's go to, we are being joined right now by Amandeep on the phone line. Amandeep, take us through the details that we are getting right now. NIA remand of Bishnoi has been extended. And how is the case standing at this point of time?
Well, absolutely. Basically, the investigation of the NIA in the terror links as well as the Sidhu Moosewala case has not been concluded so far. Though NIA has conducted 3 rounds of raids in Punjab at several gangsters' residences, including Goldie Barar, including Lawrence Bishnoi's network also. But so far, the investigation has not been concluded. NIA has still yet to break down the nexus of this entire Bishnoi gang, and that is the reason the remand has been extended. Earlier, NIA has taken Lawrence Bishnoi into the custody from Bathinda jail and for 9 days. And now the remand has also been extended just because investigation with the Lawrence Bishnoi is still pending. Lawrence Bishnoi Shivanki is the one who actually is the pivotal point of this entire gang. The killing of Sidhu Moosewala, even the several attacks of the Subir Suri, as well as the Dera follower was killed, Goldie Barar and Lawrence Bishnoi, they both are the one who were running this nexus between the terrorists as well as the gangsters. And Lawrence Bishnoi is the one who was currently sitting in the jail, but still he was able to operate the network before he was taken into the custody by NIA. And that is the reason. NIA want all kind of details regarding the people who are connected with this gangster terror network, how they are receiving the funds, who are their handlers in the Pakistan or in other countries, just because they are just following the directions after receiving the funds and the guns as well as the drugs also. So that is the reason. This basically narco-terror link was still is a mystery with the Lawrence Bishnoi. The gang is actually very much expanded on the grounds of Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan. And even NIA wanted to know how these gangs was being utilized by these terrorists to establish their agenda, especially the pro-Khalistani agenda. So that is the reason. And on these grounds, this remand has been extended to the NIA. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Lawrence Bishnoi's custody has been extended, viewers, in connection with Sidhu Moosewala murder case. That's what Amandeep is getting for us. And Amandeep, keep us ahead on this story as the probe continues into Sidhu Moosewala murder case. Let's move ahead now, and we're getting some exclusive visuals and details coming in from inside the JNU campus. In fact, my colleague Madhurima has done an interview at this point of time. We'll play that out for our viewers. Remember, the anti-Brahmin slogans on JNU campus all sparked a row ahead of MCD polls, but the BJP has been demanding action. So viewers, right now, Professor whose office was defaced has spoken to Republic. Anti-Brahmin graffiti controversy is getting bigger and bigger. And like we were telling you viewers, JNU campus was defaced with casteist and anti-Hindu hate slogans. Let's, in fact, go ahead and play out that conversation that my colleague Madhurima Mishra has had with a JNU professor whose office was defaced. Let's speak to him. In fact, Madhurima spoke to him a short while back. Let's play that out.
आरएसएस से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, संघ से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, उनको टारगेट किया गया है। ये वामपंथ के जो लोग हैं वो हमेशा से एकांगी रहे हैं। जो उनका विचार है उस विचार को यदि आपने माना तो आप उनके लिए अच्छे हैं, नहीं तो आप उनके लिए बुरे हैं, है ना। इसी का परिणाम है कि जब आरएसएस के लोगों का प्रभाव केरल में बढ़ता है तो केरल में बहुत हिंसक घटनाएं होती हैं, बहुत सारे कार्यकर्ताओं को मारा जाता है। यही कारण है कि बंगाल में जब भाजपा या आरएसएस की शाखाओं की संख्या बढ़ती है, उसके कार्यकर्ता बढ़ते हैं, तो वहाँ पर भी हत्याएं होती हैं, है ना। वही कारण है जेएनयू के अंदर भी। जेएनयू हमेशा से गढ़ रहा है वामपंथियों का, वामपंथी विचार का यहाँ प्रभाव रहा है। अब कहीं ना कहीं उसकी धार जो है कमज़ोर पड़ रही है, और हम जैसे लोग जो संघ के स्वयंसेवक भी हैं और साथ साथ एकेडमिकली भी अपना एक बड़ा नाम रखते हैं, तो हम लोगों से ज़्यादा उनको तकलीफ है, क्योंकि एक डिस्कोर्स सेट करना है।
क्या संदेश देना चाहते हैं वो ऐसा लिख के? क्या कोई इसके ये जो जब ये लिखा गया, क्या उसके बाद किसी को क्या सामने लाया? क्या एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या कह रहा है?
नहीं, प्रशासन ने तो, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन तो अपना काम कर रहा है। हमने ट्वीट किया, जैसे ही हमने देखा मैंने ट्वीट किया और जेएनयू को टैग किया। उसके बाद जेएनयू ने तुरंत उस पर एक्शन लिया और सिक्योरिटी यहाँ भेजी, मुझसे भी बात करी, वीडियोग्राफी भी हुई, सारी चीज़ें हुई। तो प्रशासन अपना काम कर रहा है। वाइस चांसलर मैम भी कल घूम करके गई यहाँ, पूरा SIS में, SL में, SL2 में गई हैं, तीनों जगह वो जा करके देख करके आई हैं क्या क्या लिखा है उन्होंने, है ना। तो वो सब चीज़ें तो हो रही हैं, लेकिन देखिए मैम, ये मानसिकता का कारण है कि अभी फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स आ रहे हैं जेएनयू के अंदर केवल अटेंशन लेने के लिए, एक अटेंशन मिले लेफ्ट के लोगों को कि लेफ्ट भी यहाँ है, क्योंकि पिछले कई वर्षों से लेफ्ट का कुछ भी यहाँ पर है नहीं, क्योंकि जेएनयू को भी रिकग्निशन नहीं मिली हुई और तमाम सारी चीज़ें हैं। तो इसलिए वो एक इम्पोर्टेंस लेने के लिए इन फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स के बीच में उन्होंने ये सारे काम करे। और
Viewers, so the professor whose office was defaced was speaking to my colleague Madhurima Mishra, where in a shocking incident, remember, the building walls of the JNU campus were defaced with slogans against the Brahmins as well, and the School of the International Studies was vandalized and defaced with anti-Brahmin slogans. So on that note, we're taking a very short break. We continue to be live and breaking here on Republic TV.
Pakistan, that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban, and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken. Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunyas sloganings, those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Viewers, we have breaking news coming in from Hyderabad, where the Hyderabad University has suspended the professor who is accused of molesting and outraging the modesty of a foreign student. We had seen how the students had been protesting there outside the university's gates, and there was a large protest demanding justice and demanding action in the matter. Now, the action, at least from the university side, appears to have been initiated. Whether or not there will go further in this remains to be seen, but the professor who is accused of molestation has been suspended. We have Samiksha joining us from the newsroom for more details on this. Samiksha, over to you. Tell us what is the action that's been taken.
Well, Ankit, to begin with, yes, the action has been taken. The professor has now been suspended by the university. But the question here being that why such a situation did arise when the student who'd come from outside, who'd come from Thailand to study in the University of Hyderabad, was molested and sexually assaulted as well. In fact, this is the order copy that has been issued by the University of Hyderabad, which states that a case against Professor Ravi Ranjan, Department of Hindi, School of Humanities, in respect to a criminal offence is under investigation, and that case has also been registered against these sections with the Gachibowli police station. Now, therefore, the undersigned, in exercise of the powers conferred by the University of Hyderabad, says that the professor has been suspended with immediate effect. Now, what we are given to understand that this incident came to light last night. There were students who really protested against this. What we are also given to understand is that even as the student who had come from Thailand to study in this particular university had flagged these concerns, had stated that how she was subjected to this assault by the university professor.
action was taken by the university, and only after, there was a chorus growing for justice for the student, this union, university students also staged protest for this particular victim. Only then the action has been initiated. The complaint, of course, was registered by the victim early this morning, following which the university seems to have taken a stand. But also important to note here that this incident comes days after that another incident came to light, where another such incident in which a student was harassed to a point that he also sustained injuries. So yes, a lot that the officials have to answer, especially these university professionals, because clearly they've been having a free run, and the student who was assaulted by the university professor, Ankit.
Absolutely. So the suspension of the professor from Hyderabad University is the step that has been taken that Samiksha just told us about. We'll get you more updates on this. I thank her for joining us. We are tracking this very closely. And also, viewers, we are getting another piece of breaking news, which is the headmistress of the government primary school in Erode in Tamil Nadu, who had allegedly forced class 4 students to clean the toilets and clean the pipes there, students belonging to the scheduled caste. She has now been arrested and has been taken to the local court for her remand hearing. This is 2 days after Republic had highlighted how in this shocking incident that had taken place at a primary government school in Tamil Nadu, a headmistress had been forcing the scheduled caste class 4 students to clean the premises toilets and the pipes with their bare hands. She had made a practice of this. We have Varshini now joining us. Varshini, what is the action that has been taken against this headmistress over this atrocious act of hers that she had been making the students do? Tell us more.
Well, Ankit, if you see, this is definitely a huge allegation that had come up against her, because, 4th grade and 5th grade kids have been forced to clean the toilets, clean the water tanks, and they were also asked to do menial chores of hers, such as going to the nearby shop to fetch her snacks, and also by washing her used tea glasses that she drank from. And these were all done. She was asking all these kind of things to be done only by the students belonging to the SC community from a particular colony in that area called Indranagar. This Indranagar colony is completely filled with people from this particular community, and she has targeted these kids who've been studying in her class in 4th and 5th grade to clean the toilets with bleaching powder with the kids' hands. After the police conducted investigations, the police also was able to give us information about how they found blemishes and blisters on the hands of the children, and also after one kid being diagnosed with dengue, and also the government hospital doctors also stating that there has been some serious infections that the children have gone through. Therefore, the headmistress was absconding for the past few days after all this surfaced, and now the Perundurai police have arrested her, and they have taken her to the local court in Erode district for her remand, and she will be remanded, and the case will also go against her. As of now, she's only been suspended from her job by the Tamil Nadu's School Education Department, but very soon we can expect further action also being taken upon her.
Very atrocious details being shared by Varshini of what this headmistress allegedly had these students do, children essentially from the scheduled caste community. I thank her for getting us these details. Viewers, just take a look at this report over this story from Erode. This government primary school in Erode district of Tamil Nadu is in the spotlight due to alleged discrimination and atrocities against students from the scheduled caste community. Students from grade 4 were made to clean the toilet with no equipment, using their bare hands.
Bleaching powder போட்டு கையில வச்சு தேய்ப்போம். யார் அவன்? அவன் வரல. நீங்க இதெல்லாம் யார் உங்களை பண்ண சொன்னது? அடிக்க மாட்டாங்க சொல்லு. எந்த மிஸ்? எந்த மிஸ்? மிஸ் சொன்னாங்களா? சரி, நீ எத்தனை வருஷமா கழுவுன? நீ எத்தனை நாள் கழுவுன? இப்போ நீ எத்தனை படிக்கிற? 5வது. நீ எத்தனை படிக்கிற? 4வது சேர்ந்ததுலேருந்து கழுவிட்டே இருக்கிறியா?
எல்லாருமே 4வது சேர்ந்ததுலேருந்து கழுவிட்டு.
அப்போ நீ கழுவு மாட்டேன்னு சொல்ல வேண்டியதானே? சொன்னீங்களா? ஏன் சொல்லல?
The brutality came to light after one student was diagnosed with dengue after he was made to clean the water tank. The principal of the school, Geetha Rani, who allegedly made this rule, has been booked but is in hiding.
We have formed a special investigation team, and our teams are actually on the field and searching for her. So we have collected the call data records, her past movements. We have also got some document from education department from where she belongs. So all that is going on, and hopefully we will get her soon.
Parents are demanding the arrest of the alleged casteist school principal.
We are on the ground trying to figure out what really is going on in this village in Perundurai area in Erode district, and how is this kind of discrimination still prevailing when the chief minister and the DMK government proudly calls themselves the Dravidian model and says that this is the government for social equality and social justice. If that is the case, what is really happening in this Perundurai area of Erode district in a primary school is the biggest question that is being raised today. This is Vashni Ramu along with camera person Dilip from Perundurai for Republic TV.
Horrifying details there, viewers. Will be tracking this very closely. Meanwhile, it's a day before the MCD elections, 2 days before the last phase of the Gujarat elections. There is the World Cup, and there is a lot besides to talk about, which we're going to tell you all about on Superfast 50 now. Let's dive right into the top stories at this hour. A big political fight has emerged after Congress leader Rahul Gandhi attempted to launch an attack on the BJP and the RSS by saying that they chant Jai Shri Ram and not Jai Siya Ram because they don't respect Sita. Escalating the political battle, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra gave a withering response to the Congress party, advising it to resolve its inner tussles first rather than hitting out at the BJP.
देखिए, कम से कम राहुल गांधी जी अब भगवान श्री राम का नाम तो लेने लगे। ये कितनी बड़ी बात है। जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी पहले एफिडेविट देकर कहती थी कि राम का नाम उसका कोई अर्थ नहीं है, जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी एफिडेविट देकर कहती थी कि भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं, जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी पहले कहती थी कि राम काल्पनिक हैं, वो आज भगवान राम का नाम ले रही है। यही तो है, मुमकिन हो गया है। आज मोदी है तो मुमकिन है।
In a big election controversy in Gujarat ahead of the second phase of polls, the Congress candidate Rajendra Parmar was caught in a row after videos of women dancers being hired for his rally went viral. In these videos, it can be seen clearly how the rally venue and the stage had flags of the Congress put up, and people can even be seen showering cash on the dancers. Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath addressed a mega rally in Gujarat's Ahmedabad today, 2 days ahead of the second and final phase of the crucial assembly polls. As the countdown to the second phase of Gujarat elections has begun, Union Minister Smriti Irani led a massive roadshow in Modasa today. Hundreds of supporters were seen participating and joining her campaign trail. Sparking a big controversy, Congress Jammu and Kashmir Chief Rasool Wani run down the third highest civilian award, the Padma Bhushan, calling it a choti baat. The controversial statement was made by Wani to attack Padma Bhushan recipient Ghulam Nabi Azad, who, as we all know, dumped the Vadra Congress a few months ago.
आज एक छोटा सा अवार्ड और मोदी जी के मगरमच्छ के आंसू आपके सामने आ गए, और आपने 40 साल 50 साल जो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने आपको दिया, जो इंदिरा जी ने, जो संजय गांधी ने, जो राजीव जी ने, जो हमारी मैडम सोनिया गांधी जी ने, राहुल जी ने आपको इज्जत दी, सम्मान दिया, कद दिया, पोस्टें दी, इक़्तिदार दिया, वो सारा कुछ आपको मोदी जी के 2 आंसुओं में भूल गया।
In his first reaction to Congress Jammu and Kashmir Chief Rasool Wani's insult to the Padma Bhushan Award, AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi said that people are unaware about the importance of the award and this is the reason that they make meaningless comments.
देखिए, आपको पद्म अवार्ड दिया गया, उसको टारगेट किया गया, लेकिन पद्म अवार्ड को छोटा अवार्ड कहा गया।
मैं बोलता हूँ पर छोटे लोग छोटी बात करते हैं। पद्म अवार्ड बहुत बड़ा अवार्ड होता है। अब जिन लोगों को अवार्ड लेने वाले और देने वाले का पता नहीं है तो उन पर टिप्पणी करना फजूल बात है।
Like you just saw, after Jammu and Kashmir Chief Rasool Wani run down the third highest civilian award, Padma Bhushan, Ghulam Nabi Azad's party wrote to the president stating that the Congress had insulted the awardees. After the Congress, the National Conference has also hurled muck at the Padma Bhushan Award, with Sheikh Bashir, the National Conference's provincial secretary, saying that the government has belittled the importance of the awards. Addressing a news conference, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra escalated the party's attack on the Aam Aadmi Party, targeting Delhi's excise policy yet again. The BJP said that Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia and his party leaders had each changed 4 to 5 cell phones within a day.
कि विजय नायर, यार तुमने ठीक से काम नहीं किया, ये सारी बातें पब्लिक डोमेन में कैसे आ गई? अब कैसे करना होगा? कौन कौन सी चीज़ें मुझे बदलनी होगी, क्या ठीक करना होगा? तो विजय नायर ने बदला होगा, सर आप घबराओ मत, हम लोग सब काम पे लग गए हैं, हम सब डिजिटल इम्प्रिंट मिटाने में लगे हुए हैं। जितने भी ये जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स थे उनको भी हमने बोल दिया है कि आप फ़ोन बदल लो और सारा डिजिटल एविडेंस मिटा दो और आप इस मेरे से बात करने के बाद इसको डिस्ट्रॉय कर देना। तुरंत आप नया हैंडसेट लो। तुरंत विजय नायर से बात हुई, उन्होंने डिस्ट्रॉय किया।
Hindu seer Jitendra Anand Saraswati filed an application in the Supreme Court seeking intervention in the matter related to forced religious conversion. He contended that forced conversions would destroy Hindu civilization and directed the centre to take stringent steps to control forced conversions. In a big development in the Mangaluru blast probe, the Karnataka police has formally handed the case over to the NIA. Meanwhile, the bomber Sharik gave a statement to the cops on his funding and was quizzed by the NIA on the same issue. As the Mangaluru blast probe widens, Republic TV has now accessed the NIA's FIR copy, which states that bomber Sharik planned multiple murders while explosives have been recovered from his residence as well. The Mangaluru blast accused Sharik has now been booked under the Explosives as well as the UAPA Act. This comes after explosives were recovered from his residence in Mysuru. A massive protest was staged by students of Hyderabad University after an alleged case of molestation against a faculty member. A student belonging to Thailand studying in the same college alleged that a professor tried to molest her. A complaint was lodged against the faculty, after which she was taken into custody and has now been suspended by the university as well. Mega SIA raids are underway across 12 locations in Kashmir. The raids are being carried out in Srinagar, Bandipora, Budgam, Kupwara and other districts. India's Chief of Naval Staff flagged off a mega bike rally in the national capital. This comes after the Indian Navy bikers team embarked on a 1,500-kilometer running expedition through 7 northeastern states. In a shocking murder case from Uttar Pradesh's Noida, a 22-year-old woman killed another woman to fake her own death. The police has now arrested the woman and her alleged partner in the matter. A huge fire broke out at the Marina Enclave building in Mumbai's Malad area. Multiple fire tenders were rushed to the incident site to douse the blaze. The Maharashtra and Karnataka border row continues to intensify. In a fresh development, Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai urged Maharashtra to not send its ministers to Belgavi in Karnataka, opining that it is not appropriate for Maharashtra ministers to visit there amid the tensions. It's Congress versus Congress once again in the national capital, with Sandeep Dixit hitting out this time at Devendra Yadav, accusing him of despicably sitting on the same stage where his late mother Sheila Dixit's photo was displayed, despite having done his best to humiliate her in the past.
Started a journey of Congress Jodo. Because everywhere we see, everywhere anyone sees, it is either Congress Todo, it is either Congress Chodo, and Janta is also saying Congress ko chhod hi do. This is why first you ensure that Congress Jodo takes place from north to south, from east to west. There is Congress versus Congress. और जब कांग्रेस ही नहीं जुड़ पा रही है, how will you do भारत को जोड़ने का काम?
The BJP launched a counter at the Vadra Congress's Bhasmasura remark on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. BJP leader C.T. Ravi said PM Modi is against the corrupt and anti-national, so for them he is Bhasmasura, but for the countrymen he is like Lord Narayana.
अपना प्राइम मिनिस्टर देशद्रोहियों के खिलाफ है। सभी देशद्रोही सोचता है मोदी जी है तो हम अपना जिंदा नहीं बचेगा, ऐसा सोचता है। उसके वजह से मोदी जी भस्मासुर है। देशवासियों के वजह से, सारे देशवासियों के वजह से मोदी जी श्रीमन नारायण के जैसे है। उनके वजह से हम लोग आज सुरक्षित है, हम लोग जिंदा है।
Ahead of the Bengal Panchayat polls, a bomb explosion was reported at Trinamool Congress leader Raj Kumar Manna's residence in West Bengal's Bhupati Nagar. At least 3 people lost their lives in the explosion, while several remain injured. After the explosion, a Trinamool leader, Raj Kumar Manna's residence, which claimed the lives of 3 people, leader of the opposition in the state, Shuvendu Adhikari, made a big charge. He claimed that the Trinamool Congress leader makes explosives at his home. Shocking details have emerged from Shraddha's killer Aftab's narco test. Aftab allegedly revealed that he used Chinese weapons and a saw to chop Shraddha's body into 35 pieces. The war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and BJP is not stopping even a day before the MCD polls, with the BJP hitting out over Delhi's deteriorating air quality and saying that the national capital has become a gas chamber.
Delhi has become a gas chamber. It has become a health hazard. It has become a red level emergency for anybody breathing this toxic air. But Mr. Kejriwal will blame centre, will blame Diwali, will blame other factors, will blame farmers. Now you have a government in Punjab, but you still could not control parali burning, even though Haryana government could. But the main causes of pollution of Delhi lie within Delhi itself. On this, in the last 8 years, except for giving empty promises, Mr. Kejriwal has done nothing. Now he'll come and play another victimhood card, blame everybody, but will not take ownership of what we have to go through in Delhi because of his failures.
After the BJP's attack, the Aam Aadmi Party hit back, saying that the BJP, which has been in power in the MCD for 15 years, has turned the country's capital into a pile of garbage. Another alleged case of casteism emerged from Karnataka's Kolar, where a 22-year-old Dalit man allegedly died by suicide after he was tied to a tree and assaulted by upper caste men for overtaking their vehicle. After the incident, the man was found dead, allegedly after committing suicide. In a massive crackdown on narco terror, the border security force foiled a Pakistani infiltration bid in Punjab. 1 pistol, 2 magazines and a large amount of narcotics was recovered by the BSF. A minor was trapped in a lift for over 10 minutes in Uttar Pradesh's Noida, with CCTV visuals showing the minor crying for help as he waited to be rescued. America's newest nuclear stealth bomber made its debut on Friday after years of secret development as part of the Pentagon's answer to rising concerns over a future possible conflict with China. The B-21 Raider is the first new American bomber aircraft in more than 30 years. Almost every aspect of the program remains classified. French President Emmanuel Macron visited New Orleans to celebrate their long-standing cultural ties and discuss energy policy and climate change. On what was the last day of his official visit to America, Macron was walked to the historic New Orleans collection by the mayor, where Macron discussed climate change's impact with the Louisiana governor. US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken met his Sri Lankan counterpart at the State Department Foggy Bottom in Washington, D.C., with the meeting focusing on a variety of issues including political stability and economic challenges in Sri Lanka, as well as the climate change crisis. Satellite images released by Maxar Technology show the difference at sites in Mariupol between March and November this year. One image shows the construction of a Russian military facility, and between that time frame, while another shows the destruction and later complete demolition of a residential apartment building. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met and awarded some of the swapped Ukrainian prisoners of war who had returned from Russian captivity. Zelensky said 1,331 Ukrainians have been returned since the beginning of the conflict. Ukraine's ambassador to the Vatican alleged that his home in Rome was vandalized, adding that the Italian authorities were contacted over the matter. He also described the latest incidents as systematic attacks on Ukrainian missions around Europe and said all embassies and consulates have stepped up security measures. Hundreds have taken to the streets in Huanta in Peru, burning local attorney offices in protest over the death of a young man, an 18-year-old named Daniel, who was found dead days after going missing. Several suspects were questioned by the police, and according to the reports, the protest started after a suspect was released. At least 4 people were injured, one critically, when a city bus crashed into a group of cars in a supermarket parking lot in the San Francisco suburb of Daly City. Aerial pictures from the scene showed numerous damaged cars and the bus with a red shopping cart smashed under its front. More than 2,000 experts wrapped up on Friday a week of long negotiations on plastic pollution to address what even industry leaders in the plastics industry say is a crisis. It was the first meeting of a United Nations committee set up to draft what is intended to be a landmark treaty to bring an end to plastic pollution globally. The world's largest volcano kept oozing rivers of glowing lava. Mauna Loa awoke from its 38-year-long slumber, causing volcanic ash and debris to drift down from the sky in Hawaii. A major blaze broke out in Russia's Mikoyan meat processing plant, with fire and plumes of smoke seen rising from the building's roof. More than 100 firefighters were dispatched to the site to douse the fire. The Biden administration in America placed a well-known Russian paramilitary organization on a list of religious freedom violators alongside a number of terror organizations. The United Nations Security Council, which is currently presided over by India, condemned the bid to assassinate the Pakistani envoy to Kabul in Afghanistan, which he escaped because a guard took a bullet. For the third time in a row, Pakistan has topped the list of nations at the highest risk of experiencing mass killings, according to the latest assessment by US think tank Early Warning Project. Navy Chief Admiral Hari Kumar on Saturday said that the Indian Navy is keeping a close watch on all developments in the Indian Ocean, including the movement of Chinese Navy vessels that operate in the region. About 30,000 fans celebrated together in Seoul despite freezing temperatures at the town square there as their country's team bagged a big win over a very popular team, Portugal, in the World Cup. Cameroon supporters celebrated at a fan zone in Douala as the indomitable Lions became the first ever African side to beat mighty Brazil at a World Cup finals, even though they were eliminated. Fans from Serbia and Kosovo reacted as well as Switzerland advanced to the last 16 of the World Cup for the third tournament in a row after a thrilling 3-2 win over Serbia. Germany have left their training base in Doha for the last time as they prepare to head back to Europe after their shock World Cup exit at the group stage as well. Ghana fans reacted with a mixture of bitter disappointment and frustration at missed opportunities in Accra as they saw the Black Stars bow out of the World Cup in Qatar following a 2-0 defeat to Uruguay, with Uruguay also exiting the tournament.
BJP leader Ramchandra's son Dhanush has been under the scanner for going on and assaulting the hotel employees as well as staff.
A Pakistani Taliban suicide bomber targeted the police escorting a polio vaccination team in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing 4 people and wounding more than 30.
Anti-Brahmin, anti-Bunya sloganings, those have been put up inside the JNU campus.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
Noora, did you receive some gift from Noora, did you receive gift? Noora, did you receive gift? 1 minute. Noora, did you receive gift from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners? 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell
స్వదేశీయంగా నిర్మించబడ్డాయి మరియు వాటిలో కొన్ని కొద్దిసేపట్లో తమ శక్తిని
झाके रे झाके झरोके से झाके देख के दम है छोटे बड़े सारे झाके रे झाके फ्यूचर को ये ताके तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके झाके रे झाके
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
Noora, did you receive some gift from Noora, did you receive gift? Noora, did you receive gift? 1 minute. Noora, did you receive gift from Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Big revelation on the question posed by Republic. She has clearly denied of receiving any gifts from Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners? 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Pakistan that would boast to the Chinese and tell them that, we can guarantee you absolute peace in Afghanistan, build the China-Pakistan economic corridor right through the heart of Afghanistan. But in the last 1 year, more than 300 Pakistani soldiers and policemen have been killed by various factions of the Afghan Taliban and also the fearsome terrorist organization, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Today, Pakistan is suing for peace.
What is it that is unique about your father's story to build the largest logistics company?
99% in the movie, it is a real-time story what has happened with us in our life. That's what been captured.
Why should a young person watch this film?
All the youngsters out there, they want to be an entrepreneur just in overnight. मतलब वो shortcut देख रहे हैं. Any business for that matter or any work for that matter और success आपको overnight नहीं आती. This is that film.
Sidhu Moosewala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Brar detained in America. Will he be extradited to India next?
Jagdish Titler campaigning for the Congress party. This move, of course, had been heavily criticized by the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party.
After Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Nora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a...
उसको भी ईमानदारी के सर्टिफिकेट देने का इन्होंने काम किया है। मैं इस पे मजदूरों के घोटाले पर भी आऊंगा, लेकिन दिल्ली के चुनाव में आपने देखा ही होगा कि चाहे गुजरात हो, दिल्ली हो या इससे पहले पंजाब हो, आम आदमी पार्टी में टिकटें बेचने का तो आरोप लगा ही। इन्होंने चुनावों से लेकर सरकार में रहने तक लूटने का ही काम किया है और जिन्होंने ठग के जिनको जेल हुई उनसे भी ठगने का काम किया है, तो कहीं कुछ छोड़ा नहीं है। मजदूरों के हक को कर दिया हलाल, हजारों करोड़ खा गए केजरीवाल। और ये कितना बड़ा घोटाला है, ये उस समय का है जब देश और दुनिया कोविड की महामारी से जूझ रही थी। एक और दिल्ली में मजदूरों की मदद करने की बात कही, लेकिन षड्यंत्र रच के रातों रात मजदूरों को भगाने का काम किया। वो दृश्य आप भूले नहीं होंगे। और जिन मजदूरों को 2 वक्त की रोटी कमाने के लिए एड़ी चोटी का जोर लगाना पड़ता है, उन मजदूरों के हक का पैसे खाने में भी केजरीवाल जी पीछे नहीं रहे। मेरा सवाल उनसे है, कितना खाओगे केजरीवाल? आज तो मैं, अगर आप देखें, ये तो थोड़े से हैं। मुझे लगता है मुझे ट्रक भर के लाना पड़ेगा। ये तो थोड़े हैं, ट्रक भर के लाना पड़ेगा। जितने सबूत, जितने कागज, लाखों लोगों के नाम पे, हजारों करोड़ पे ये अगर खा गए हैं, तो मैं जो पहले भी आपको कहता था, ये कुछ और नहीं, ये दिल्ली का लालू मॉडल है। वहां चारा खाया, यहां मजदूरों का हक खाया। और इसमें कहां कहां नहीं खाया जी? जिस घोटाले में काम देने वाला संदिग्ध हो, काम लेने वाला संदिग्ध हो, जिनका पता संदिग्ध हो, जिनका मोबाइल नंबर संदिग्ध हो, अगर सब कुछ ही संदिग्ध था तो इससे साफ तौर पर पता चलता है कि कितना बड़ा घोटाला यहां पर हुआ। जितने भी आंकड़े सामने आए हैं, अभी तक तो 50% से ज्यादा फर्जी पते, फर्जी मोबाइल नंबर, फर्जी नाम पाए गए। ये पैसा किसकी जेब में गया? पैसा किसकी जेब में गया? अगर मजदूर भी नकली थे, काम देने वाला नकली था, उनके पते नकली थे, उनके मोबाइल नंबर नकली था, तो पैसा किसने खाया? केजरीवाल जी। और अगर मैं आपको एक एक करके बताऊं, जहां सस्पिशियस मोबाइल नंबर की बात करूं, अब यहां पे वसंत कुमार का नाम आता है जो एप्लीकेंट है, और ये शैलेश करके एक एम्प्लॉय इसका दिखाया गया जो काम देने वाला है, जो बिल्कुल गलत है। वो कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति ही नहीं है। और वसंत कुमार के नाम पे ऐसे 4 और एप्लीकेंट्स, उनका भी नाम इसी मोबाइल नंबर पे दिखा दिया गया है, जबकि कहीं है ही नहीं। अगला अगर मैं दूसरा दिखाऊं, चंदूलाल, ये भी कॉमन मोबाइल नंबर किसका है? चंदूलाल, चुन्नीलाल, राकेश, राकेश 2, लक्ष्मण, ऐसे कई और नाम। और ये चंदूलाल किसी और को जानते नहीं जितने बाकियों के नाम दे रखे हैं। और बाकियों के फेक
और नकली एप्लीकेशन बनाने के चक्कर में उसका मोबाइल नंबर का इस्तेमाल भी किया गया। और पहले वाले वसंत कुमार के नाम के पर मोबाइल पर कोई पवन कुमार, शंभू कुमार, शैलेंद्र, समू ऐसे करके किया गया। और इनको जिनके नाम पे नौकरी दी है कि नौकरी देने वाला कौन है, वो स्वयं एक मजदूर है। यानी कि एक मजदूर के नाम पे 25 लोगों को नौकरी देने का काम दिखा दिया है। एक मोबाइल नंबर के नाम पर 6 एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरवा दी है। और ये पैसा हजारों करोड़ रुपए का दिल्ली में जो जमा हुआ मजदूर कामगार कल्याण बोर्ड के नाम पर, ये सारा केजरीवाल जी और उनकी दोस्त मिल लूट कर खा गए। क्या मजदूरों का हक भी खा गए? अब अगला मैं एक उदाहरण और बताता हूं। अंजू नाम लिखा है, यह भी फेक है। और मोबाइल नंबर जो दिया है वो किसी श्याम सिंह का है जो आंध्र प्रदेश में रहता है और किसी राकेश कुमार राजू को नहीं जानता। अब आप कल्पना कीजिए, दिल्ली में किसी को मजदूरी के नाम पे पैसा दिया जा रहा है और कोई आंध्र प्रदेश में उसका अपना मोबाइल नंबर भी नहीं है। एक इसी तरह से फूलचंद है जिसको नौकरी देने वाला अनूप है, लेकिन फूलचंद के नाम पर ही ना जाने कितने मोबाइल नंबर लिखे। एप्लीकेंट मंजू है जिसका एम्प्लॉयर राजेश है और ये नथुलाल के नाम पे कहीं पे चल के आ रहा है। ये कहीं किसी का किसी के साथ तालमेल नजर नहीं आता है। और ये रेडी लगाता है कचौड़ी बनाने की और पूड़ी बनाने की। और उसने लिखा है कि मैं किसी मंजू राजेश को नहीं जानता और हमारी लोकेलिटी में ऐसा कोई व्यक्ति रहता भी नहीं। ऐसे संगीत बजाज उमा देवी से लेकर नीना देवी हैं जिनको नौकरी देने वाले अलग अलग दिखा रखे हैं और संगीता बजाज के नाम नंबर पर बाकी सबके एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भी भर दिए हैं। और ये जो राकेश आगे है वो खुद एक टैक्सी ड्राइवर है जिसके संगीता बजाज को नौकरी दे रखी है। ये फ्रॉड का तो देखिए, लालू जी को पीछे केजरीवाल जी छोड़ गए। ये लालू का नया मॉडल नए तरीके से केजरीवाल जी लेकर आए हैं। वो चारे तक सीमित है, मजदूरों को लूटने का काम भी केजरीवाल जी ने किया है। अरे भाई और बहनों, ये तो ऐसे हैं कि जिन्होंने किसी वर्ग को छोड़ा नहीं है। अगर मैं आपको अगला बताऊं एड्रेस पर, तो ये फूल झाना करके एक है, उसका घर वाले ने फोन उठाया और कहा कि मैं तो फैजाबाद यूपी में रहता हूं और मेरी घरवाली तो एक हाउसवाइफ है और वो किसी नौकरी देने वाले नितिन को जानती भी नहीं है। इसी तरह से ही आगे रीना देवी अयोध्या यूपी की रहने वाली हाउसवाइफ है, ज्योति गाजीपुर की रहने वाली हाउसवाइफ है, ममता देवी भिवानी की रहने वाली हाउसवाइफ है, गीता ये भी अयोध्या की रहने वाली है, दिहाड़ीदार मजदूर है, अंजू देवी हाउसवाइफ है, हरियाणा के सेक्टर 53 में रहती है, दुर्गा कुमारी हाउसवाइफ है, बाराबांकी में रहती है, रंजना हाउसवाइफ है, फरीदाबाद में रहती है, नीतू सिंह अयोध्या में रहती है। केजरीवाल जी, क्या आप हरियाणा और दिल्ली में पैसे बांटने गए थे मजदूरों को? क्या कोई जवाब है इस पर आपके पास कि मजदूरों का पैसा क्यों लूट कर खा गए आप? और यही नहीं, ये सस्पिशियस एड्रेस और अकाउंट दिल्ली के बाहर के लाइन लंबी है। गोरखपुर, जौनपुर, संत कबीर नगर, फिर गोरखपुर आ गया, फिर गोरखपुर आ गया, फिर महोबा आ गया, फिर गोरखपुर, फिर संत कबीर नगर। आखिरकार ये कौन लोग हैं? मैं तो यही कहूंगा, भ्रष्टाचारियों का यार है केजरीवाल, दिल्ली का गुनाहगार है। और ये दिल्ली के लोगों के टैक्स पेयर का पैसा जो बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन के नाम पर कटा, मजदूरों की भलाई के लिए बना, लेकिन इसमें भी मेवा खाने का काम, इसको भी लूटने का काम अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने किया है। और मित्रों, इनसे और क्या हो सकता है, जिसने कोई यूनिवर्सिटी तो बनाई नहीं, लेकिन एक रेपिस्ट को फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट कैसे बनाया जाता है दिखा दिया। एक भ्रष्टाचारी को ईमानदारी का सर्टिफिकेट कैसे दिया जाता है बता दिया। और कैदी जेलर की भूमिका में कैसे आता है सत्येंद्र जैन ने बता दिया। एमसीडी के, पंजाब के, गुजरात के टिकट कैसे बेचे जाते हैं और पैसा कैसे कमाया जाता है, थप्पड़ कैसे खाए जाते हैं, यह आम आदमी पार्टी ने बता दिया। मार के गरीबों का हक, हो गए माला माल, अब तो बस करो केजरीवाल। कितना हक मारोगे, किस किस का मारोगे? बच्चे के शिक्षा का हक मार लिया आपने क्लासरूम में, घोटाले में। नौजवानों को शराब की लत लगवा दी, गली गली में शराब